All right, let's go over Chapter 2, Section 3, which is dividing mixed numbers. The essential question is, how can you model division by a mixed number? Okay, there's no vocab, so I'm just going to go ahead and start out with example 1, which is dividing a mixed number by a fraction. Okay, so we need to find 2 1/4 divided by 3/8. Okay, so this is very similar to the last chapter, it's just we added another step. Step 1 says to change the mixed number into improper fraction. Now, we've done this before, but of course I'll talk through it again. So, to do that, our mixed number is this 2 1/4. It's a mixed number because we have a whole number, 2, and the fraction, 1/4. So, to change that into a mixed improper fraction, we know that the denominator, 4, is going to stay the same. So I'm going to get my denominator down so I don't forget. Now, we're going to multiply, and then we're going to add. So we're going to multiply 4 times 2, which is 8, plus 1, which is 9. And there's our improper fraction. Okay, step 2 says to flip the second fraction and change multiplication. Well, this is what we've done before already. So our first fraction stays the same. 9/4, and we're going to change to multiplication, and then we're going to write the reciprocal or flip the second fraction. So 3/8 has now 8/3. Step 3 says to simplify, and again we look across. So I know that 4 goes into 8 2 times, so my 8 turns into a 2, my 4 turns into a 1. We have a 3 and a 9. I know that 3 goes into 9 3 times. So my 9 turns into a 3. 3 goes into 3 once. Let's rewrite that because it's kind of sloppy. All right, 9/4 has turned into 3/1. 8/3 has turned into 2/1. And then we multiply across. So 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. So, and remember, if we ever have 1 as the denominator, we actually have a whole number, which is 6. Okay, let's try number 2. Find 2 1/6 divided by 3/4. Step 1, change mixed number into an improper fraction. So our mixed number is 2 1/6. Our denominator is going to stay the same, which in this problem is 6. And again, we're going to multiply and then add. So 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 more is 13. Okay. Now we flip the second fraction and change the multiplication. So 13/6 is our first fraction, and that one stays the same. The first fraction always stays the same. But we're going to change division to multiplication and flip the second fraction. So 3/4 is now 4/3. Okay. Step 3 says to simplify. Okay, we have 3 and 13. We can't do any simplifying there. We don't have any common factors between 3 and 13. What about 4 and 2? Well, let's see. 4 and 6. 4 doesn't go into 6, but I know they're both even, so they have a common factor of 2. I know that 2 goes into 4 2 times, and 2 goes into 6 3 times. Let's rewrite these fractions so it's a little neater. All right, so 13/6 has turned into 13/3, 13/3. And 4/3 has turned into 2/3. Okay, then we multiply across. 13 times 2 is 26. 3 times 3 is 9. And I'm noticing we have an improper fraction. Well, we need to simplify that. and make it into a mixed number. Okay, so to do that, we're going to count by nines. Well, okay, first what I'm going to do actually is our denominator is going to stay the same. So I'm going to get that down before I forget. Okay, now I'm going to count by nines, and I'm going to try and get as close to 26, but not over. 9, 18, 27. Oh, that's as close as we can get. So now we count how many multiples of 9 get as close to 26, but not over. 1, 2. So our whole number is 2. And now we need to do some subtracting to figure out what our numerator is. So we take 26, which is the original numerator, minus the multiple of 9 that's as close to 26 as we can get, but not over, which is 18. So 26 minus 18 is... I need to find a calculator really quick. I don't have it written down. I don't want to be incorrect. So 26 minus 18 is 8. So 2 and 8/9.